What's a strict dating preference you have that you can't overlook? Good personal hygiene. Being able to talk with them easily. If talking with someone is like talking with a brick wall, or conversely if they ramble on and yet barely registers my own responses when I do get to respond, then it's just not doable. Dishonesty. Would prefer someone be upfront about who they really are, instead of lying to appeal to my type of preference in a partner. Would save time for both parties in the long run. I'm in my late 40s and will absolutely not date. I'm in the process of a divorce. Call me when the ink is dry. Actually, a year after the ink is dry. Sense of humor. I could probably overlook a dozen things if someone was funny and found me funny. But if someone doesn't share my sense of humor, or doesn't have any at all, I will overlook every other green flag because that's just not a person I can have long, deep conversations with. Gotta be curious about things and enjoy learning for the sake of learning. I'm not a casual dater, so those wishy-washy let's just have fun and not call it anything until I'm ready 12 years from now is a no-go for me. I need someone who's okay with pets. I've lived with pets for so long that I just don't think I could be without them. Not for anyone. I must be physically attracted to them. When I ask them out, they absolutely must say yes. And then when we have the date, they have to show up. Otherwise, it's a deal breaker. Has actual values and not just preferences. I need someone that I can have an intelligent conversation with. If I can't have that, then I begin to feel really lonely in the relationship I'm in. I want a monogamous relationship. No fooling around and excusing it as having an open relationship, or having multiple lovers at once. Nothing against poly people, but it just isn't for me. Need empathy. They have to be reliable. Being on time for things and consistently following through with plans is a must. Of course, things happen. I won't look down on someone for being a little late occasionally, for canceling plans because there's been an emergency, or even for saying I'm not doing great today. Can we reschedule? But I have a life, and I value my time. I've actually been told that I should be more understanding when someone shows up 2 hours late, and I'm already gone, or when someone cancels plans after I get to the location. It blows my mind how often I've discussed this with someone, just for them to say that I lack empathy. Cigarettes. Absolutely not. Intelligence, substance, thoughtfulness. Beyond that, I'm open to anyone and anything. Can't be lazy. I learned way too late in life that my relationships were so much work because I had partners that were just lazy at everything. Professionally, domestically, romantically. It's kind of fucked up how people can want commitment and then commit no effort. You have to find him/her funny and she has to find you funny. If you guys don't vibe like that, it's gonna be a tough relationship. Going to Costco with my wife is funnier and better than missed stand-up specials. Has actual beliefs, morals, thoughts of their own. Can hold a long conversation with them, preferably on numerous subjects. Good listener and talker. Communicates their interests and pay attention to yours. Intellect. Good personal hygiene. Not negotiable. I'm a gay guy, so sorry ladies, but you're automatically ineligible. Being open-minded. I can't interact with people long-term who have mental blocks that prevent them from even discussing things. No kids. It pissed off some people. I tried a few times, but it always came back to I want you to meet my kids. Nope. I'm out. Finally met a like-minded woman and lived happily ever until now. Don't compromise your core values. Kids, it's worth it to hold out. No substance abuse. Must have empathy even during disagreement. No kids. I do not want to be a parent in any capacity. Super religious. I just can't put up with it. Must like cats, one cat in particular. Not hating school. I need someone who values education, at least a little bit. Financial literacy. I've done quite well in life so far, and the idea of being brought down by someone with terrible finances scares me. They don't have to be a high earner. Just smart with their money. Currently, it is you have to be my husband. Before that it was you can't be anyone's husband. That she likes me. This is for after you've been dating a while. But being able to open up emotionally. I don't mean tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. But if we can't talk about our thoughts and feelings, not necessarily relationship-wise, then I don't see how we can really build a relationship. Went on a couple of dates a week and talked daily with a girl for almost 3 months, and she'd tell me it's personal issues when I would ask her if she was feeling okay after seeming visibly upset or down. If you can't even tell me you're feeling upset regardless of whether or not we talk about why, then I'm out. If you are already in a relationship, or it's complicated, you can fuck all the way off, lol. I don't have kids of my own. But if I meet a deadbeat dad or a dad who doesn't seem to really give a shit about his kids, it's no deal. Location flag. Having a clean cheating record. If he listens to Andrew Tate, it's a hard no from me. She can't want kids, and she can't already have kids. I got a vasectomy at 25 to make sure I never have kids ever. I realize that eliminates most women from my dating pool, but I'm cool with waiting a long time to meet the right one. I don't want kids and will never have them, but I can't date people who hate kids. Kids are annoying, but I don't despise them like some child-free people. I love mimosas, but excessive drinking when they can't even walk or forget what happened that night. Because they're so out of it. Can't be a picky eater. I just know I'll be constantly irritated cooking for them. I learned the hard way that I should personally be with someone who shares my interests in gaming and nerdy stuff. Now I'm taken forever by someone who does. Not a preference, it's much more a strict dating restriction that my wife enforces. If they drink too much, it's a no from me. I don't think consuming alcohol is funny. And it's an addiction. It's often overlooked until it gets really bad. No cops. No military. Grew up in that lifestyle. I don't want it again. Also have to be attracted to them. I dated a guy who I found kinda ugly but wanted to not be shallow. It wasn't worth it. Just ended up with a shit dude and a dead bedroom. Being rude to servers, baristas, retail workers is an immediate no for me. My ex-wife was a hoarder. And I will never go back to that type of life again. Bugs everywhere, and she would scream at me for trying to clean. Never again. If the date asks no questions about me and they just sit there. Or they just talk about themselves. Red flag. Not interested in narcissistic or apathetic person. No hobosexuals. I have no interest in sharing my life and home with someone who just wants to live off of my money. No smoking, vaping weed, or wearing strong scents. I have pulmonary disease and my lungs can't take the exposure. Number one turnoff for me when I was dating was gullibility. Being into multi-level marketing pyramid schemes or anything scammy. Being very into religion, superstitions, horoscopes, aliens, or anything woo was a hard pass. I will never date someone who admits to having a history of cheating again. Been there, done that. Manners. That my potential partner isn't a serial killer. Honorable mention: I don't prefer my potential partner has a fetish for throwing me in an iron maiden. Must use turn signals.